Be sure to buy your copy of Before the Badge, everything you need to know before you become a cop. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and wordsmatterpublishing.com. All right, let's take a look at this one. This video just came to me a few minutes ago, so I said I would look at it. Understand something. Whenever I wind up taking a look at a police video to review, I do it the same way you do. I don't stop, research what happened, and then come back and make a commentary. I want to do it the exact same way the public does it, which is it's sent to you, you're scrolling through somebody's feed, and you're like, oh my God, and you make your initial opinion just right there, your impulse content, right? I'm just coming at it from a different point of view. Civilian and law enforcement. I want to give the reasonable, objectively reasonableness, and then the proportionality, right? That's what I want to look at. Don't know where this is from. Don't know who this cop is. Don't know what the call was prior. This was just sent to me and said, hey, can you do a breakdown and a review on this? So I said, let's do a breakdown and a review. Let me cue this up and let's have at it. All right.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
All right, first things first. You can seize or ask, right? Let me put it this way. So he's walking by. She goes, hi there. She's creating conversation. What's this in your back pocket? Just questions. He does not have to answer it. Now, here's the conundrum, right? Because what's a seizure and what's a question? So if I'm walking down the street this is what it was, right? If you're walking down the street and I have no reasonable suspicion or probable cause to detain you, I cannot order anything, right? I can say, sir, how are you? Hey, what's in your back pocket? You don't have to answer. But if I walk up on the street, right, and I say, hey, how are you? Show me what's in your back pocket. Do you agree those are two different things, right? Now, the public doesn't understand this. Once you choose to engage with law enforcement, fuck you, that's your decision. So if she winds up walking, she sees him and gets out of her car, most people will think they're being stopped. You have to ask, am I being detained? Are you stopping me? So walking down the street, if I see you and you don't match a description of somebody I'm investigating in some type of criminal activity, right? Because it's criminal, it's not civil. And I say, hey, stop for a second. And you stop, I illegally stopped you. If you're dumb enough to stop, well then, and you're going to continue. But how does that work, right? So you got to remember too, what do cops write in their report? Whatever the case is. And I got to spin this the other way too. If you're walking down the street and you are somebody I'm looking for and I say stop and you don't, then you're resisting, obstructing, right? But you don't know that as a citizen. So you need to learn to ask questions. If a cop is walking down the street and you don't feel like asking questions, and trust me, a lot of them guys do. Hey, I would drive down the street in the summertime, window open. Hey, how's your day going? Keep walking. Don't even acknowledge me. And it sucks. You're just trying to make conversation. It sucks. But, if you're a citizen, you're walking down the street and the cop says, hey, how are you? And you go, how are you? Nice to, hi, have a good day. Engage with that. But if they start asking you questions and you kind of don't like where it's going, you just go, hey, I don't mean to be rude and confrontational, but am I being detained? Is this a seizure? And the cop's going to say, no, I'm just making conversation with you, right? Ask questions. Well, let's keep going.
The navigational aids. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless.
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
The fuck is wrong with some of you stupid police officers? Can you not talk to somebody normally? Guy's walking down the street. You sound like a little girl, and he's a bigger man, so that's going to be a problem right there. You can't say, hey, I'm investigating something. I'm Officer so-and-so. I want to introduce myself to you. Hey, listen, is that... And then go whatever you're going to go into, right? I just got to know what's in your back pocket. And if he says, what? Why the fuck you being a tyrant? I know how it's coming across that way. I'm sorry. Listen, this is why I'm asking. Why can't you explain it? Now, I get the cop of the mindset of the cop, right? Cop's going to go, well, the more you further drag it on, he could reach in his back pocket and draw down on you. Multitask. You're going to tell me you can't converse with somebody and you can't be looking at their hands and give orders at the same time and commands at the same time? Shit, how do some of you guys navigate the dating world where you're listening to somebody talk and you're planning in your mindset how you're going to get him home to fuck him that night? It blows me away that we people all day long until it gets to law enforcement. The only time we don't multitask when we deal with people is law enforcement. We do it for sex, we do it for business, we do it for parenting, but we don't do it when we're doing it for law enforcement, right? Let's continue.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't
Have you ensured that it's not a firearm?
Now, a couple different things. Well, let me play this.
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't.
All right, there you go. A couple different things right there. Officer safety sucks. If she's literally going to say right there, it looks like you're carrying a firearm, okay, how much training and experience do you have? Clearly, with this video, you don't have much, because if you were suspected of him having a firearm on him, why'd you stop him by yourself? Number two, when he went to go reach, you're fucked. Even if that was a knife, dude, and he really decided to have a bad day and cut you, you're done. You just got killed right there. And then some states, like in Illinois, I don't know what the law is now, but it used to be, Illinois was one of the states where if you had a conceal and carry, by law, you had to tell the peace officer on scene, hey, just to let you know, I'm a registered conceal and carry officer or conceal and carry holder. I have a firearm on me. I don't know if this state they're required to or not. He doesn't have to tell you shit, right? But in this, you just showed you got some shitty tactics. Can I back this up? No, I can't. Let's keep going.
You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Okay, so this is where, if this is a lawful detainment, I don't know what it is, then comply with her. If not, dude, compile this evidence, sue the fuck out of her.
You have a crime.
Would you like me
Call your
to put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
Don't you?
Oh my God, some people shouldn't be fucking cops, and this little girl shouldn't be one of them. Holy, she has no people skills, no defensive tactics skills, no officer safety skills, and then all of a sudden it's like, there are just some departments that budgets are so fucking shitty because the good cops, I'm going to tell you, if you know what it's like being a good cop, you were forced out. You really were, because your command staff hated you because you did the job. You treated people like gold. You did your job righteously. You didn't take shit from the command staff, and they put a fucking target on your back until all they got was people who were like the island of misfit toys, and they just wanted somewhere to belong. This kid, holy shit. Let's keep going. You get. So wait, are you not telling your partner it's suspicion of being having a gun on him? By the way, he's got an impact weapon on him. What? You're not letting him know that? Fuck, we have some real shitty cops out there.
Or a walking stick.
So,
And it could look like a weapon. She asked you to present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime and committing a crime or about to do a crime.
Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID.
Well, now she has verified that I am not armed. Okay. So there is no
You have
problem.
your ID or not?
I do have my ID, but you don't need it.
Okay. Okay.
Here's the problem too, is once a bad cop does something, unfortunately, most cops will back that up. It's like, it's the snowball effect. You start with a little teeny tiny pea-sized snow, and by the time it rolls downhill, you've got a boulder like the Indiana Jones chasing him out of the idol temple, right? It's so hard because you can't in so many circumstances because you weren't there. You don't know the interaction. You don't have the hindsight. So you don't know what she did or didn't do. You can't listen to it. They'd be letting bad guys off the hooks left and right if other cops just went, oh, she did this? Okay, hey, have a great day. But you can't do that. You got to support what the contact officer did. Very rarely do contact and cover. Does the cover officer ever step up and go, dude, and kind of signal, you know, your partner to shut the fuck up without it make it look like dad and mom. Because if mom and dad argue on scene, kid knows they won the argument. So you can't do that. And this is where a lot of cops get into shit fucking issues. All right, what are they doing? Here's another thing too. You go that you're suspected of having a gun on him. He's got a weapon, and you guys, your tactics are to. You look like you're handcuffing a 98-year-old grandmother. This is called pissing off the police, POP.
You
use that.
777. 77 Whiskey Mike 15. I don't know where his wallet is.
Where's your wallet at, sir?
She's not going
I don't
to.
have my wallet on me.
It's okay.
You
Where's
shouldn't
your
say
ID?
shit.
Where's your
In
ID
my
at?
pocket.
Which pocket?
You are not allowed to search me.
Well, once they put you in cuffs, they're going to search you for weapons. So they do have every lawful authority to go in your pockets when the bracelets are on. You can articulate. Some lawyers articulate that if it's a pat down for weapons, you have to articulate it. So you can put somebody in handcuffs for officer safety, but you can't go into their pockets. Going over the pockets, feeling for items that are hard, like it could be knife, screwdriver, pistol, all this stuff. That's crushing the material over the fabric. You can't go into the pockets or into the pants because then that becomes a search, and that's going to be relative to whether or not it was a seizure.
It's in this pocket.
But I mean, right here, if she's got the lawful authority to check to see if he has a weapon randomly walking down the street, even if it's a citizen complaint, that's dangerous. Even if you got Karen who drove down the street and said, I saw some guy walking with a flag, he's got a stick in his back pocket, I think it's a gun. Yeah, you can't. Honestly, if it was me today patrolling, I'd be like, all right, dispatch, did they say that they saw him waving the gun or anything? And dispatch would come back with that information. If there was no gun saw, I would drive up and go, hey, just to let you know. And this is literally how I've done stuff like this. Hey, what's going on? Listen, I don't mean to stop you, but some bitch just down the road called in that you have a gun by chance. Do you have one? Yes or no? I want to go to lunch. And granted, during the time, yes, the guy could, if he had a gun, could pull it out, could shoot me, but I would be playing tactics in my head at the same time. I'm disarming them verbally and emotionally by letting them think it's not a big deal. But at this point, if there's no law being broken and they do this, what are they arresting him for obstruction because he didn't give his information? Obstruction is one of the biggest bullshit charges out there. Falls right in the line with disorderly conduct. And you can tell he's been arrested before because he's got...
I want your names and badge numbers.
1257 on Nick 65 Florida 27.
Yeah, 4427.
Preferably
Hotel
your cards.
322 457 61 2540.
Yeah, 26, 23, just one.
Well, and I don't mean to perpetuate it, but this guy's information just got put out over the air. Sounds like an ambulance. Yep. I'd say that would be pretty stupid if you had another car coming up code on this.
Sir, you legally blind? Yes, I am.
He doesn't have to answer that question.
I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty, which was canceled. Why aren't you using your stick? You don't have to use your stick all the time? Well, not all the time.
None of his business.
26.
Green.
All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
Oh.
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge.
Fuck you, cunt. You fucking cunt. And I don't care. I'm not accusing it's another gender. It's can't understand normal thinking. Are you kidding me? This is what you do? This is why people hate cops. You condescending piece of shit. Why can't you talk to people the way that they should be spoken to? Your job is to keep the peace and maintain order in a free society. But you're going to tell me that it's important for you to wind up letting him know who's boss? Holy shit, you're not getting dick down at home. We know that.
You know what? Put him in jail for resisting.
Oh. Did he just say that? I can't back up. Did he just say, you know what? Take him to jail for resisting? Oh, fuck. It's 2022. It's 2022. And there are still men and women out there on the street like this. And you still want to say it's just a few bad apples out there? For years, I've defended police officers. It was my job. I loved it. Loved it. We have an epidemic of bad cops out there. These videos keep coming out. It's not just use of force. This is abuse. This is insane. Did a sergeant? I saw the stripes on him, right? Did he sergeant stripes? You saw those? Did he just say, you know what? Take him to jail for resisting? There's obstructing. The information he doesn't give, he's obstructing. Now you just see. Here's the deal. If I don't know how old this is, but if this is relatively, well, this is from just October 31st. Please, I implore, if there is a civil rights attorney out there who is not taking this case to throw that cop in prison, when you wind up violating somebody's amendment, their civil rights, it's a federal crime. More cops need to spend time in jail for this. It's 2 years mandatory from what I was told. Federal prison. What can't he say? He could say whatever the fuck he wants. And he's in handcuffs. You said, take him for resisting. So you just proved, you gave an order on your subordinate's body camera to charge this man with resisting after he said something you didn't like. Ladies and gentlemen, we have cancer in law enforcement. This is insane.
All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number 2, sir.
Have a seat.
You want to pick my property up, please?
I sure will, after you have a seat.
You want to pull this out of my back pocket?
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
Oh, she's got that condescending bitch tone, too. Unbelievable. Columbia County. Holy shit. That's my opinion on that one. That's my opinion on that one. You know, even if the guy, this is why I say the totality of the circumstances, and I don't care what happened beforehand, because if the guy shot up a nursing home before this and killed every old man and woman in there, and this is how they dealt with him, it's still bad law enforcement. Wow. We have morons on the street. That's it. Do better. Stay safe out there.